Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So a couple days ago, I had a very vivid vision that I felt called to share. So if you were drawn to this video, maybe there is something here for you. I actually have a page of notes. I wanted to get everything down so I didn't forget, and hopefully we can make sense of this. So first, I very vividly saw a volcano erupting. And this felt very cathartic. It felt like you are simultaneously the volcano and the lava that is coming out. And the lava was every color. It was a rainbow color. And I felt like this was your true aura that was coming out. And there was a message there that your aura contains every color in it. I know we like to think of, oh, what color is my aura? What color is my energy? And while there may be some colors or some facets that are more prevalent, it was really important that you know that you have every single color in your energy and that you are capable of expressing anything. And so this felt like a really cathartic release of all of your colors coming out and expressing every facet of you. And then I saw this lava as it flooded out. It started to fill the streets of a town. And this felt like you taking up space and letting your true energy fully seep into every area of your life and every nook and cranny. And then as the lava filled all the streets, it started to settle and it started to cool down. So there was a distinct contrast between this initial eruption that felt really like explosive and this big release and here I am, this is me. But then the lava settled and it became normal. It became just very matter of fact. The word commonplace is coming to my mind. So it may feel very intense at first when you start to let your true colors come out, but eventually it will just be a given. It will just be this everyday thing for you. The names Bella and Napoleon came through. That seemed really random, but I thought that I would mention that. And there was also a message about keeping a picture of someone will make it easier. So you know how you'll keep pictures of someone in your wallet, or maybe you'll have a picture of a special someone as your phone background? There was this message of keeping a picture of someone close by you will give you motivation and remind you how important it is to let your true colors come out. This could be a human who is close to you. It could be an animal. It could be yourself. It could be you from the past, like a picture of you as a child. There was just that message of keep a picture of someone with you, and that will make things easier. There was also a song that was coming through, and this is actually a song that I listened to a lot in my childhood and hadn't listened to for ages, and I had to go back and re-listen. And funnily enough, the music video length was 3 minutes and 33 seconds. So 333 could be a significant number for some of you, but the song is called Goin' Places by Monkey Magic. So monkeys could be significant too. But it's a really good song. I would recommend it if you feel called to it, and definitely to read the lyrics. But definitely that 333 is important for someone. And also, I love to pay attention to the key of songs that are coming through, and this song is in G sharp. So this key is associated, I would say, the space between the throat and the third eye, because it's between G and A. So now would be a really good time to speak, to write, to express yourself, because you are going to be speaking truth. You're going to be spitting facts. A lot of you are going to be channeling from the divine. So if you are a writer, now is a really good time to follow those urges to write. Or if you have something to say, now is a good time to say it. If you have a video to take, now is a good time to do it. The energy is favorable for you channeling from the divine right now. Then I pulled a card to see who this reading is for, and I got Temperance in reverse. So this was a huge confirmation for me. Sagittarius energy could be significant, or Gemini. Sag in reverse, the opposite of Sag. Gemini could be significant, but Temperance is all about restraint and moderation, and it has this feeling of being very calculated, you know, holding yourself back and putting forth the perfect version. And so for this to be in reverse, it was such a beautiful confirmation of we're not doing that anymore. Like when a volcano erupts, it's not selective about what erupts. You're letting all of you come out. There is a feeling like that. This could also be about finally giving yourself permission to feel all of your emotions. But you are moving through the world with much less self-restraint. And this demonstrates a level of trust that you have in yourself, that what you express and what comes out of you is beautiful and needed and deserves to be there. I probably used the word cathartic many times already, but that's what this feels like. It's this cathartic release of I'm not going to restrain myself anymore. And that even goes back to the throat and the third eye, channeling from the divine, speaking your truth, not holding back. You know, sometimes as tarot readers, and if you've ever done a reading for someone, or like maybe you make pick a card readings or tarot readings, you can probably relate to this when you get a message and you're like, no, that's weird, I'm not going to say that. And I feel like the energy here is like, no, say it. When you get that urge to say something, say it. When you get the urge, okay, I'm imagining someone writing a song and they're like, no, that lyric is cringe. No, use it. You're writing a book and you're like, maybe this plot is getting a bit too, keep it, go with it. This is the time, if you clicked on this video, this is the time for you to express yourself fully without restraint. Send that email with that wording. Send that text message. Say what you really want to say. This is not a time to water it down. And the other thing with Temperance in reverse, that song that came through to me, the second verse is, you take your time calculating, speculating, you think you're sly, but somehow they don't seem to give a damn. Like, you may be spending all this time calculating and curating yourself, and at the end of the day, people don't even care. Like, all of this energy spent to hold yourself in, and for what? All this energy spent to be strategic and calculated, and for what? It's time to just let it out. It's time to express yourself exactly how you want to. Okay, so we're gonna get a couple more cards from this deck. What messages do we need to hear today? Okay, there is something else coming through already very quickly. And this is a message that has been visiting me quite a bit. I think I've talked about it in a reading before recently, but it's this idea that your manifestation comes from you rather than being granted to you. And that's an important distinction, because when it's given to you from the outside, usually when things are given to us or granted to us, there's some kind of conditions that we must meet, versus when something comes from us, it's natural, it's organic. I heard it's inevitable. Your manifestation is coming from inside of you, and it's inevitable. And I guess it's an important way that you frame how you manifest. The answers come from you. The next steps come from you. And when we talk about detaching and being in the flow, rather than, it's like someone is othering the universe. That's how I'm seeing it. Like, it's like there's me and then there's the universe. And if the universe sees me doing all the right things, it will give me my manifestation. And this way of thinking is messing with someone. It's making it more difficult to manifest. Versus seeing the universe as you. And it's like, if I just get out of my own way, the universe will do its thing. And this manifestation will just come pouring out of me like that lava. Rather than like, universe, is this right? Am I doing the right thing? Did I get on your good side? Will you give me the thing now? Like, just the way you're framing it is really important. And I also think it's really important right now to be in your flow, which just means being connected to yourself and listening. And listening and being receptive. Some of you need to stop listening to things while you do stuff so that your mind can just be idle. And I'm super guilty of this. Like, I'll be listening to a YouTube video when I'm 11:11 as I'm talking about this, so it's important for someone. While I'm doing my makeup, while I'm washing the dishes, while I'm making breakfast, getting ready for my day, I'll just have like something playing in the background to keep my mind busy. And a lot of wisdom is going to come through when your mind is not busy. It likes to be kept busy. It's almost feels like a instant gratification. I don't want to be bored. But let yourself be bored. I'm hearing, trust me, you won't be bored for long. Because in that silence, your soul's going to start talking. Listen, rather than listening to a podcast when you get ready, nothing wrong with podcasts, right? But listen to you. Listen to your soul. Do whatever you're doing in silence. Don't have something on in the background. Do your chores in silence. Do your makeup in silence. Your soul will start speaking to you. Maybe you'll start speaking out loud. I feel like this is also that throat and third eye energy. Like, truth is going to be spoken to you, from you, unfiltered. And look, I don't want to diminish the powerfulness, the potency, however you say that, of having a truth or a nugget of wisdom spoken to you from another. That can feel like an amazing confirmation. Like when you hear a reader say something that is so specific to you, the fact that it came from someone else, that feels like an extra confirmation. But some of the greatest, I don't know why it's coming through like this, some of the greatest bars will come from your own soul, will come from inside of you. And if you just give your mind that little bit of time to be idle and bored, I promise you your soul will start speaking, and it will not hold back. It will be coming in with the facts. Okay. Let's get a couple more cards for your message. Ooh. We have the 10, the 10 of Swords. We're going with reversals today, so I'm just going to keep going with that. But this one is in the upright. There's that Gemini energy again. I always forget. I think this is the Sun in Gemini. For some reason, I always forget with the 9 and the 10 of Swords. But yeah, a Gemini Sun could be significant, or Gemini season. This is a timeless reading, but Gemini season is roughly the end of May to the end of June. So that could be a significant time, or maybe that just passed when you're watching this and that something important happened during then. There's a couple different ways that I can interpret this with the vultures. Vultures eat dead things. There is a message in there of resourcefulness and seeing value where others might not see it. You know, where we might be like, oh, like that's outdated, that's over, that's passé, like that's garbage now. You might see value in there and go back and retrieve the value where others don't see it. But there could also be a message about picking apart something that is long gone. For those of you who are dwelling on something in the past, especially a way that you previously behaved, something you said, I promise you the person or the other people involved are not thinking about it anymore. This feels like those moments where you're lying awake and you can't sleep. You're thinking about that thing you said 7 years ago that was dumb, or that, oh, maybe I came across as rude. I shouldn't have said that. If you're mulling over these kind of regrets, there's a feeling of the other parties involved being long moved on. Like, I've moved on from that, and so should you. You don't have to keep picking apart this dead thing. Some of you could be picking apart dead things that are positive memories, you know, like, I haven't heard from this crush in 6 months, but they were so nice to me that one day 6 months ago. So I think they're into me, you know, like, you could be really just eating the same meal over and over again, living off that same stale memory, and there's nothing there anymore. Okay. Anything from the past that we are nitpicking at, picking apart, mulling over and over again, and trying to get something new out of it, we got to stop doing that. Those of you who are going over the same past events over and over and over again, this is not helping. Or past data. We got to stop relying on past data. I'm still thinking about all those times like I couldn't manifest, so surely that means I can't manifest this time. Thinking about all your past failures and projecting it onto your future. We can't do that anymore. And I just saw 1717, which is the number of the star, and that feels like a very future-oriented energy, the star card. Very future-oriented, very hopeful. Now, with that being said, if you feel called to revisit the past because there's some inspiration there, because there's some value that you can pick up from the past, then by all means do that. That's the distinction. It's like, are we going back to the past just to pick something up because of a sudden inspiration we got? Or are we mulling over the same thing in the past over and over again and tormenting ourselves? Maybe we have to think about, is my connection to the past healthy? Is my connection to this past event healthy? Some of you have to let go. Oh my gosh, how do I say this? It's like you're staying on the same path. You just have to let go of the past thing. So to use that, I use an example with a crush. Like, in order to move forward with your crush, you have to let go of that memory from 6 months ago that you keep mulling over, because your consciousness is just staying stuck there. Don't you want to make new memories from here on out? Like, if you keep living in the past, it's like you're telling your subconscious, this is all we have to eat. This is all we have to go off of. We have to keep replaying this memory because there's going to be no more in the future. Don't you want to make new memories? Don't you want to eat new memories? I don't know why it came through like that. You know, so letting go of the past doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It just means you're not on that part of the path anymore. Don't focus on that part anymore. Focus on what's ahead. get one more from this deck. We have the Emperor in the reverse, Aries energy, or Libra, with this being Aries upside down. I don't know, is it focusing? I think so. And I just saw 2020. Oh, interesting. Like the camera went into focus and that's like clear vision, 2020. It's gonna become, or it is becoming as we speak, very, very clear to you the ways in which you have disempowered yourself, the ways in which you have forgotten who you are. I would even say that seeing the universe as an other who can give something to you or take something from you is forgetting who you are, because the universe is you. The Emperor in the upright often gives me like a main character energy. I'm the main character, I'm in charge of my life. And in the reverse, it feels like we're forgetting that. Whether you're giving your power to this projection of the universe that is outside of you, or giving your power to past failures, past mistakes, giving your power to others' opinions, giving other people the power to validate you or invalidate you. You're forgetting your power. You're forgetting who you are when you do that. So the ways in which you've been doing that are going to become very, very clear to you. And I'm hearing just move forward. There's no need to feel bad about it. Just move forward. I'm sure I have talked about this before, and I've been getting deja vu recently, like really vividly. Let me know if you have as well. But it's like if you were on like a clean eating diet and you slipped up and ate something bad for you. It's like, okay, don't beat yourself up, just keep moving forward. Because this is gonna happen again. And I'm not saying that to discourage you. It's gonna happen again. That's kind of life. You're the universe. And you forget that, and then you remember it, and you forget and you remember over and over and over again. Which is actually, that's the fun of it. The fun of losing yourself and finding yourself over and over again. That's why we incarnate. That's what it's all about. It's like when a baby plays peekaboo and you, not the baby, I guess the baby and the adult play it. It's like, here I am again. Here I am again. It amuses the baby every time. And you are the baby being amused, and you're also the parent being like, I'm here again. And that's you remembering you're the universe over and over and over again. And it never gets old. So don't be discouraged when you forget. You're gonna forget again. You're gonna give away your power to some bullshit again. It happens. It happens. Don't dwell on it. Just keep keep on rolling. I hate that I said that. You're the universe, you're everything. You're the ladies, you're the fellas, you're the people that don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, I hate myself right now. But not actually, just it's a figure of speech. Okay, so let's get into some oracle cards now. By the way, I feel like mentioning that Going Places song is from the year 2008. Just in case that is relevant for someone. I also got to meet one of the members of that band many years ago, and I was like, ooh, I was so excited, because we had like 3 degrees of separation and some strings were pulled. So maybe that's going to happen for some of you. Like, and actually that happens to me a lot, where like an Oracle deck creator, okay, not a lot, but it's happened a few times, where an Oracle deck creator will reach out to me and I'm like, oh my God, you made that deck? I love that deck. And I'm like fangirling, and then they watch my videos and it's like, it's so cool. So you may have a moment of like getting to meet whoever made something you enjoy. And I see it as like, that was you? You made that? Oh my gosh, I love that. Like, and it could be even, maybe you read a blog post, maybe you read an article online that like you really resonated with, and then you bump into the person who wrote that article. So you get a chance to say in person how much it meant to you, something like that. I also had a moment recently of like, sometimes public figures will have different names for different projects. Like they'll do things under different aliases. And I had a moment of realizing like, oh my God, those are the same person. I didn't realize you were that person. What other messages do we need for this reading? Safe travel. Okay. This could even just be a sign that you're going to travel soon. I'm hearing that you're going to be able to travel. So that means your finances, your health, your paperwork, the logistics of it all, you're going to be able to do the travel that you want to do. Some of you are going on a trip that you are dreading, or it's like, maybe dreading is a dramatic way to say it, but it's just like, I really don't want to go on this trip, but I have to. But everything's going to be fine, and you're going to make someone really happy by making that trip. For some of you, this could also be about astral travel, and I'm also hearing time travel. I don't literally mean like time travel how you would see it in the movies, but maybe visiting past you, or your future self is visiting you. And we have confidence. Bees for me is a sign of my departed companion animal. So some of you have the spirit of a pet around you. They're still with you. They want you to know that they're gonna stay with you. They're gonna continue to be with you. They're gonna continue to support you. I'm thinking of the birds and the bees, because like this card has a bird on it, this card has a bee on it. I don't really feel like I need to delve into that anymore, just that phrase could be significant somehow. It's like a euphemism, so maybe euphemisms are significant for someone. Maybe you need to not use them, because we've been talking a lot about not holding back and not beating around the bush. Often, I shouldn't say often, I feel like it happens to me, where I try to say something indirectly and the other person just doesn't get it at all. I try to drop a hint and the other person doesn't get it. Maybe I'm just bad at dropping hints, but this is not a time to drop hints, because the hint will not be gotten. Especially if you are trying to set a boundary or trying to turn someone down, trying to say no to something, the hint is not going to be taken. So just like, if you can't do something or don't want to do something, say it outright. say it confidently. It's important that you appear confident. So if you're setting a boundary, but your tone and posture is kind of conveying like you don't really mean it, or I feel so bad, that's not going to be helpful. And I get it. Like, it can be hard to just be like, I said no, I'm not going to do it. But it feels so good when you do it. I promise. It feels so good. Confidently say no. Maybe this is just for some of you, but there's a message that someone is asking something of you that is like a wild request. Like, assuming that you would do that is crazy, but you might not realize that it's a unreasonable request, and then you feel bad about saying no. But no. So like, someone's requesting something of you and that's like, no. You don't have a right to expect that of me. So really, like, if you need to turn something down, do it confidently. Do not feel bad about it. And think about it. If someone's gonna reject you, don't you want them to do it in a clear-cut way and not leave you with any second guessing and not leave you with false hope? People appreciate direct confrontation or direct rejection. Do it confidently. Okay, I think we're gonna get, let's see how many want to come out, and then we're gonna finish this message. Ooh. Create right now, not just during soft, good times. Okay, I heard the world needs your art, which I guess is for my artists who are watching this. This does give the feeling of not waiting for the perfect conditions to do what you want to do, because the perfect conditions don't exist. You can, and I don't say this to be discouraging or to like, I don't want to make it like a panicky thing, like hurry up, but you can waste a lot of time waiting for perfect conditions. It's a very easy way to sneakily avoid the discomfort of trying. It's not the right time. The wind isn't blowing in the right direction. The vibes are off. I'll try again tomorrow. I'll try again next year. That's a very insidious, maybe is the word, sneaky way of avoiding that leap of faith or avoiding putting your heart on the line to try something you really want to do. And you never know whose day you can make with your work, with your art, with your self-expression. Maybe someone really needs that. Maybe someone really needs it. And it's also never going to be the perfect time and place and conditions, because everybody defines that in a different way. There's no consensus of the perfect time for you to say something or the perfect time for you to express something. And your message is going to be received differently. Your expression is going to be received differently by everybody who receives it. And there's no way that you can control that. So just erupt when you want to erupt. See, it all comes back to the volcano. But it does. Just erupt when you feel ready to erupt. The volcano no volcano ever has been like, is this a good time? I hope I'm not bothering anyone. Just when you feel it, it's time to go. It's time to say the thing. It's time to write the thing. It's time to sing the thing. It's time to text the thing. It's never going to be the perfect time. The perfect time is when you choose to do it. I'm just going to show this bottom of the deck card. Connection is the only game. I don't know who this one is for. I don't know who any of this is for, really. I'm just talking to a camera, so. Throw stuff at a wall, see what sticks. If nothing sticks, hang out in the pile. I really like this deck. I really like this artist too. I follow their Instagram and their art really speaks to me. Anyway, I'm getting into the silly mood, so I think it's time to end the reading there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and thank you for watching, especially if you have watched until this point. I'm gonna have all my stuff linked down below. Tarot Instagram, personal Instagram, Patreon, my music, the song that I mentioned in this video if you want to check it out. And yeah, thank you very much for being here. I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on Earth and in the other realms. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!